Welcome to part 4. Not going to be a real long video. Don't have a lot of work left to do. We do have 2 cars we have to swap in to General Chemicals. The tank car and the covered hopper. First we have to pull the box car from the team track. And we'll go ahead and tack it onto the 2 cars we're going to push in to the spur. That way when we make our final trip down the spur, everything's in order. And all we have to do is drop off the 2 cars, General Chemical, back up, and leave the box car. I filmed this in one continuous film. I never had to edit it. I didn't have any trouble with couplers. Engine never stalled. You're seeing exactly the way it went. I think that every car in this session right here has a microtrains coupler on it. I don't think I have any Atlas or Athearn couplers right here. It's probably why it ran smoother. I don't know if anybody's done a YouTube video on how to put microtrains couplers on the Athearn cars, because their coupler pocket is cast into the metal frame, so you can't just like take the coupler off and screw on a body mount microtrains coupler. It's not that easy. So I don't know if people grind off that coupler pocket and then drill and tap a little hole. Seems like a lot of trouble, but maybe what I need to do. So we're going down the spur to pick up the 2 cars. Now we're going to place the 2 cars that we just pulled, couple them onto the empty gondola there. And these will all be going back to the yard. So I appreciate everyone that responded to my question about whether to do a long video or not. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to post it Christmas morning. I don't have the super fast internet here. My wife and I, we don't play games and things like that. So we don't have the super high speed. So as long as it doesn't time out uploading it, I should be okay. But I anticipate it being, maybe 45, 50 minutes or more. Engineer turned the bell on because he saw some kids playing and just wanted to make sure that they were aware that the engine was coming down the spur. So now we just need to put the train back together. But unfortunately, the way it's set up, that tank car would be next to the locomotive. And even though it's empty, don't really want that particular car. It's some pretty nasty stuff in it. And that end of the engine, the crew is right next to the tank car, running long hood forward. So we're going to pull the tank car and spot it on the main and then go back and get the other two cars. So when we accelerate at a little bit higher speeds, it will be in the middle of the train. Since I'm running this like a branch line more so than just the Chillicothe operation, I sort of pretend that the yard is farther away than I do when I'm just running Chillicothe. Because in reality, this is only a mile from the yard in Chillicothe, so they probably wouldn't have done this. They would have just run for a mile back to the yard. There's really only, besides Douglas Avenue, there's only one grade crossing in Chillicothe, Watt Street, before they got to the yard. So we'll just drop the tank car right here. Nice safe spot. And we'll go back and get the other cars. The General Chemicals covered hopper and the empty gondola. So while he's heading back to get the other cars, we'll talk a little bit more about the video on Christmas morning. It's just going to be Chillicothe, or the way it used to be before I started operating Oak Hill. And I'll probably run my blue GP35 without sound, just because I've been running this engine a lot lately, and that engine runs really well. I always miss the sound, but I'll choose to use that one. And probably I'm just going to be running Chillicothe for about the next month. I really enjoy this branch line, but it really inhibits working on the scenery in Oak Hill. It's like I have track I need to ballast and things like that. So probably unless you see like an update, scenery update in Oak Hill, you'll just be seeing trains in Chillicothe for about the next month or so before I resume the branch line operations. Now we just need to push back and grab the rest of the train. So I've got the tree down to where I've got about a 4-foot stump. It's about all I could do with my little Harbor Freight chainsaw and the hand saws. I'll get the stump sometime. At the end of this, I'm going to sort of show you why I decided to take the tree down. I'll just real briefly a few pictures to show you what a mess it is. I've had to pressure wash all the railroad ties in the walkway. I had to take them all up, pressure wash them. I can't really do that to the tracks. I've been picking these little hairs one by one, and they disintegrate, and it's been a real disaster. But I think I'll have it operational by Christmas Day anyhow. It's supposed to get cold next week. I'm hoping that they actually freeze at night, and they'll shop vac will pick them up without really clogging it all up, because my shop vac hose gets clogged up with they're so soggy. Well, here's the walkway, and they're just squishy. Those are recycled rubber things that are made to look like railroad ties. But I had to take them all up and pressure wash them. They're just disaster. Here's the yard. Again, when they fall and they're hard, you can pick them up. But once frost hits, they get mushy and they're down in everything. It's horrible. The other end of the railroad is fine, not underneath the tree. And the tree still had thousands of these things on it. So I just need to take the tree down. First year it's ever happened, but I don't know if it's going to happen again. I didn't take any chances, so I cut it down. So everybody stay safe.